Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are live in the UFCs. I don't know, heavyweight, middleweight. I don't. You can ask me. I really don't know. But as y'all can see in the title of today's live stream, what did I make the title? I don't even remember. Today's MMA news, November 8th and November 9th. Bert MMA live stream plus UFC 281 predictions and betting breakdown. So we got a lot of things to go over in today's video. First is obviously going to be that MMA news. That's what we do always at the beginning of our live streams. Is we're going to be the MMA news that is from today. All the Cain Velasquez stuff. You can already see that on the screen on Instagram right here, but along with that, we will also be doing our quick pick predictions for UFC 281, our best bets for UFC 281, and then obviously MMA news as well. So it should be a good live stream. Dun, 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 dun. But yeah, we posted a lot recently, we posted, all of those single fight predictions earlier this morning. Dustin, the Diamond Poirier, and Michael Chandler. We got a lot of good fights. Some good fights indeed coming right up in the UFC. Alright, we got three people. What is up? Tomas Manzanero first in the live chat. Welcome to the live stream. Hope you're doing good, Bert. Hope you're doing well as well, Thomas Manzanero, because I personally am doing quite good myself. So, we're going to start with the MMA news, then we'll go on to the quick pick predictions, just for people to get our picks as fast as I can possibly go through them, and then we'll do our betting breakdown. That was it as well. I forgot to get the betting odds out as well, to do the betting breakdown for UFC 281, Adesanya versus Pereira. What is up, Warner Ziegler? Hello, Birdie. Hello indeed. Welcome to the live stream. With all that being said, let's do the MMA news and go, which is going to be I don't know. Let's wait. My Wi-Fi's acting up again. Alright, come on Instagram. There we go. We go on to the UFC's, what is this? The UFC's middleweight division. Alex Pereira is trolling Israel Adesanya. Oh my gosh. I mean, this is genius. I believe he's in New York right here. Just walking around. There's a bunch of Spider-Mans everywhere. You got Elsa just walking around in the middle of town square and things like that. And Alex Pereira's like, boom! I got a perfect opportunity to see if Elsa can make Alex Pereira frozen, just like Elsa is right there. If you don't know, now you will know. Israel Adesanya does the most cringy trash talk out of any UFC fighter I've ever heard of, and every single time he gets a little sniff of Alex Pereira, he immediately goes, I have you frozen like Elsa! Like, immediately after any conversation he has regarding Alex Pereira, he'll mix in Frozen somewhere into that conversation. We got Alex Pereira pulling on the perfect troll move, going up to Elsa, and guess what? Alex Pereira does not get frozen. So we'll see what happens on Saturday, UFC 281 main event. Will Alex Pereira actually get frozen like Elsa? Personally, I don't think so. I got Pereira decision. Put your thoughts down below. Next on in the flyweight division, Ailin Pereira, who is the sister of the UFC title challenger this weekend at UFC 281, is going to be fighting Heron Peralta right here, who did fight on The Ultimate Fighter earlier this year. Didn't do too good there, but then she's going on to here to fight Alex Pereira's sister, Ailin Pereira, making her pro MMA debut on November 18th, so we got 10 more days, and she's going to be fighting Helena Peralta. She's training with Glover Teixeira. She's a very good kickboxer herself, and she's working on her wrestling and grappling. Helen Peralta has good wins over UFC fighter Cheyenne Velisma, so it should be a good one inside of the LFA on the 18th. So we got about a week and 3 days till this fight happens. Do you think we're going to have another Pereira sibling join the UFC and maybe even challenge Valentina Shevchenko? Next on into the strawweight division, UFC Women's Strawweight Update. We got Amanda Lemos going from number 6 in the UFC. Sorry, number 7 in the Women's Strawweight division right there, going above Mackenzie Dern, Yan Xiaonan, and of course Marina Rodriguez. Marina going down twice from number 3 to number 5 inside of this strawweight division. Jessica Andrade staying the same, even though she has a win this year against Amanda Lemos. Personally, Andrade should be number 3. Weili Zhang 2, maybe number 1 possibly after this weekend. And obviously Lemos should be number 4. I don't agree with the update right here. Amanda should not be above Jessica Andrade. But what do y'all think about the update? Does Amanda Lemos get Rose Namajunas in Brazil? Or does Amanda Lemos maybe get the winner of Weili Zhang, Carla Esparza? Co-main event of another pay-per-view. Put your thoughts down below. In the lightweight division, Grant Dawson entering the top 15 of the UFC's lightweight division. If we look at one of the most stacked divisions inside the UFC, we got Grant Dawson at the bottom of that list. The dude has 1 loss in his professional MMA career, beating an undefeated Olympian, and that's all he had to do to get inside of the top 15. Just beat a silver medalist Olympian right there in wrestling, and he finally makes his way inside of the top 15. Below guys like Tony Ferguson, Conor McGregor, Dan Hooker, Damiri Shmagulov, Jalen Turner, Arman Tsarukyan, and so many more. What do y'all think about this? Grant Dawson going above Drew Dober, who was originally that number 15 guy in the lightweight division. Do you agree or disagree with those ranking updates? Other than that, we have a little bit of flyweight movement. Suma Derji going over Manel Kape, Tagirulan Bekov getting inside of the top 15. Stephen Thompson going to tie Jeff Neal. I don't know how that happens. Michel Pereira going to number 14. D-Rod, since he lost to Neil Magny, is going down to number 15. And then we got Carla Esparza, for some reason going down a spot in the pound-for-pound rankings. I don't know why. As we saw earlier, Lemos going above. And yeah, some interesting ranking updates. Do you agree with Grant Dawson getting inside the top 15? After that one, to, what is this? It's a Korean card, so we'll go UFC Korea. Tapology, South Korea. I don't know, maybe there's pound for pound South Korean fighters, possibly. Possibly indeed. Kyung Ho Kong. Where is Do Ho Choi? Let's find him. Do Ho Choi. Do Ho Choi. The Korean Superboy, Do Ho Choi. In the featherweight division, Do Ho Choi and Kyle Nelson adding to the main card of Seoul, South Korea's UFC Fight Night, most likely being headlined by the man, the myth, the legends, Chan Sung Jung against Giga Chikadze. We got Daun Jung and Devin Clark on the main card, and now Do Ho Choi and Kyle Nelson also on the main card. Prelims, we got some good Asian prospects right here, like Tatsuro Taira and Yusaku Kinoshita, as well as a girl that, if she loses, might be cut from the UFC in Ji Young Kim, and a solid up and down fighter in Loma Luke Wilming. So UFC Korea is looking good so far. Now with the addition of Do Ho Choi and Kyle Nelson, should be a good fight. Both fighters on a losing streak. One of them moving down to the featherweight division. I'm gonna lean Do Ho Choi to win this one by, let's go decision. Let's go decision 29-28 in a fight of the night contender. This one is gonna be a banger. Next one, we go on to the heavyweight division. Chase Sherman is going to be fighting Waldo Cortez Acosta at UFC Vegas 65 on November 19th. After this week, UFC 281's happening this week, but after this, next week, we're going to have a very, very good card in its own right. In UFC Fight Night, Lewis versus Spivak, which is now getting added with another heavyweight fight. I don't know if it's going to be on the main card or the prelims or anything like that. We'll have to see. It is going to be on the prelims. Chase Sherman, an undefeated 8-0. Waldo Cortez Acosta. Tapology, 80% going Waldo. So far on the Tapology picks, I also have Waldo. I'm not that confident on Waldo, but I do have him winning that one by a unanimous decision. Who do y'all think wins that fight? Alex Pereira names his favorite knockout and his favorite fight in his MMA and kickboxing career. His favorite knockout in his entire career was, well, his knockout against Israel Adesanya. His favorite fight that he's had as a professional MMA fighter was his second fight with Israel Adesanya. Alex Pereira is relentless on Twitter right now. I mean, everything he says is just a disrespectful nature against Israel Adesanya. I mean, he was posing with Elsa a little while ago. Now he's talking about his favorite knockout, his favorite fight, obviously being the ones that he beat Israel Adesanya in. What do y'all think about this? From Alex Powatan Pereira. Next one in the UFC's strong weight division. Joanna Jędrzejczyk officially gone from the UFC. It has been made official by MMA Roster Watch. Originally, I mean, Joanna Jędrzejczyk was saying that she was retired from MMA. She's no longer in the UFC rankings or anything like that, but there was still some possibility as she was still signed with the UFC with a few more fights on her deal. But as of today, November 8th, 2022, she is officially gone from the UFC and she will not return unless maybe the UFC just offers her another contract to have another fight back inside of the UFC. But as of right now, she's either been released of her UFC contract or cut from the UFC. Most likely just released of her contract that she didn't want in the first place. What do y'all think about the amazing career that was Joanna Jędrzejczyk inside of the UFC? This is a good one in the lightweight division. Jim Miller and Gabriel Benitez set for February 18th. First reported by CC Legaspi. And it's going to be a good fight. I'm assuming it's going to be on the main card, given the finishing ability that Jim Miller and Gabriel Benitez do have. They're both very, very good finishers. Gabriel, really good leg kicks and kicking game on the feet. Jim Miller, also solid on the feet, but really good on the ground with his jiu-jitsu, wrestling, and submission game and things like that. So obviously, my early prediction is going to be Jim Miller by a TKO or submission in round 1 or in round number 2. What do y'all think? Who wins in the lightweight division? Next one. Inside. We don't have to do that one. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. In the heavyweight division, Judge grants Cain Velasquez bail in the case that was pending where he was chasing after some, I can't really say it on YouTube, I might get demonetized or something, but someone was doing something to, I believe, his nephew or something like that. You can look it up on Google if you want to, but he ended up chasing after them. I think he was trying to shoot one of them or something and hit one of them, and went to jail because of that, but he's about to get bail and get released from prison for $1 million. $1 million is needed to get Cain Velasquez out on bail, but obviously he's probably going to get that money, as in there is so much support towards Cain Velasquez these days. There's no doubt in my mind that tomorrow, in the next few days, there will be enough money that people are just going to pour in to help get Cain Velasquez out on bail, get him back with his kids, his nephew, his niece, and things like that. What do y'all think about Cain Velasquez being granted bail in the case that is pending in, I'm not too sure what state it was in, but put your thoughts down below. I think that's it for today's MMA news. So, with all of that being said, let's go on to the UFC's. Oh, we're on the wrong one. We're on the wrong one. Whoops. Whoopsie daisy. Bum 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 bum. Let's find it. UFC 281. Adesanya versus Pereira in the middleweight division. UFC 281. Adesanya versus Pereira. Quick pick predictions. Today is Tuesday. We got 3 to 4 days before the fights are gonna actually take place. We got 14 fights in the card. Hopefully, pray to God there is no cancellations on this UFC 281 pay-per-view. But as of right now, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of all of my predictions, all of the fights I think they're going to win, how I think they're going to win, and why I think they're going to win, as fast as I can possibly do them. So let's get into it. Like and subscribe. Let's go to the first fight. Carlos Zulberg, Nicole Negamariano. I think Nicole is the better wrestler, has a good chin. Carlos the better striker. Nicole is going to close that distance. Use the wrestling, use the grappling to grind a decision. He'll get close to a finish in the later rounds, but I got Nicole, unanimous decision. Julio Arce, Montel Jackson. Montel's taller, he's lengthier, he's younger. Gonna be staying on the outside. Julio's gonna be pressuring forward, but Montel's gonna be mixing in those takedowns and wrestling throughout this fight, and I think the striking being pretty even, a little edge to Julio, but the fact that the takedowns, the submission attempts, the ground and pound will give Montel Jackson the win, so I got him by a decision. Sungwoo Choi, Mike Trezano. I got Sungwoo Choi winning, similar age, similar height, a little bit of a reach advantage for Sungwoo Choi, but the volume is pretty even, the technique is pretty even, the skill and the speed is all going to be very, very even, but Sung is taller, he is lengthier, and he hits harder, in my opinion, so I got Sung cracking Mike a few times and winning a unanimous decision. Carolina Kovalevich versus Silvana Gomez Suarez. This is going to be a war, either an early finish from Silvana or a late finish from Carolina. I'm going to go early finish, round 1 for Silvana Gomez Suarez, cracking the chin at Carolina. If she can survive, she could win in round 2 or round 3, but I think Silvana's power will get her the win in round number 1. Atman Zaitar, Matt Fravola. Matt could win it if it does go to the later rounds, but I think Atman Zaitar catches him early in round 1, round 2, and knocks out Matt Fravola. Andre Petrosky, Wellington Turman, pretty even in jiu-jitsu game. Wrestling goes Andre Petrosky, and striking goes Andre Petrosky, but I don't think he's going to knock out Wellington. I think he'll land the takedowns, use his wrestling control, land a little bit of ground and pound, and win a 29-28 decision. Aaron Blanchfield and Molly McCann. Gonna go Aaron Blanchfield to win. It is a live underdog situation, but I do believe Aaron Blanchfield will use her wrestling, use her grappling and control time to win a good 29-28 decision. Dominic Reyes, Ryan Spann. I got Ryan winning round 1, rocking Dominic Reyes on the feet. Dominic coming back and rocking Ryan Spann in round number 2. Round number 3, they're both going to get tired, but Reyes is going to pour on the pressure and KO Ryan Spann in the final round. Round number 3, KO TKO. Brad Riddell and Otto Moicano. I think Brad is going to make this a 3-round striking fight. Hanato will mix in takedowns and win one of the rounds because of it, but most of this fight is going to be spent on the feet with the striking, and the advantage obviously goes Brad Riddell, so I got him winning by a unanimous decision. And we got Dan Hooker and Claudio Puelles. In the lightweight division, Dan Hooker, I think, will get taken down in round number 1. It'll be like, oh no, Dan Hooker's about to get submitted again. He'll survive round number 1, get the fight back up to the feet, and outstrike Claudio Puelles, land more volume, land the harder shots in round number 2 and in round number 3, and win a 29-28 decision. Frankie Edgar, Chris Gutierrez. I got Frankie winning round 1, Frankie winning round 2 due to the wrestling and the grappling and the ground and pound and the control time, and then Chris Gutierrez winning round number 3, getting close to a finish and winning that final round, but a close 29-28 decision, sending off Frankie Edgar on his retirement, winning a close 29-28 decision in that fight. Dustin Poirier, Michael Chandler in the lightweight division. We got Michael Chandler possibly going out there and winning round number 1, but it really doesn't matter about round 1 in my opinion, because I think Poirier will come back in round 2, use his speed, use his volume, use his power even, and defend the takedowns as well, outstrike Michael Chandler in round 2, and in round 3, possibly even in round number 1 as well. So 29-28, 29-28, and 30-27 on the judges' scorecards, all in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, Dustin the Diamond Poirier. And we got, who do we have? Carla Esparza and Weili Zhang inside of the strawweight division. Weili Zhang hits harder. She's going to be stronger. She's going to be taller. She's going to be the better striker, the better kicker. She's got more experience. Actually, it's the same amount of experience. I always get that one wrong. They have the exact same amount of professional MMA fights, but the only thing going for Carla is the wrestling. But Weili's shown good wrestling and good takedown defense in the past. In her last fight, especially against Joanna Jędrzejczyk. So, see the fight stand on the field. Weili outstriking Carla round 1, and in round number 2, pouring on the pressure in round number 3, getting Carla's back to the cage and just throwing down on Carla Esparza, TKOing her in round number 3. Israel, the last style bender, Adesanya and Alex Pereira in the middleweight division. I got round 1. I'm going to go Israel Adesanya to win round 2. We're going to go Alex Pereira to win round 3. We're going to go Alex Pereira to win as well. Round 4, we'll go Israel Adesanya. And round 5, we're going to go Alex Pereira. I think in the rounds, I'm going to give Alex Pereira to win. It's going to be a Marlon Chito Vera situation where Israel Adesanya is significantly going to be outlanding on Alex Pereira. And Alex is just going to rock him with something. Land a good left hook, land a good right hand, a front kick, a flying knee, something big that's going to rock Israel Adesanya. That'll help him get the round on the judges' scorecards. It's a close one. Could go either way if it does hit those scorecards. But I think Alex Pereira, like we saw Marlon Vera versus Rob fought, Rob landed so much more volume like I see Adesanya landing. But Marlon Vera landed so much harder. So I got Alex Pereira by a unanimous decision. That is it. We got underdog Alex Pereira, favorite Weili Zhang, favorite Dustin Poirier, underdog Frankie Edgar, favorite Dan Hooker, underdog Brad Riddell, favorite Dominic Reyes, favorite Aaron Blanchfield, favorite Andre Petroski, underdog Atman Azaitar, underdog Silvana Gomez Juarez, favorite Sungwoo Choi, favorite Montel Jackson, and underdog Nicole Negamariano. Those are the quick picks for UFC 281. As I said at the beginning, go down and smash that like button, subscribe if you are new, with notifications turned on so you know when I post a new video just like this one. Put your quick picks down below in the comment section as well, and check the description for all of my bets and ways to get some free money betting on MMA as well. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Now it is for the betting breakdown, but before we do that, let's check the comments really quick. Bert, your voice is put on. I don't know what that means. Costa Pereira 2023 for the meme. That'd be funny. I mean, Costa versus Pereira, but I highly doubt it. Paulo Costa is probably going to move to boxing, I would say. He said he does not like his UFC contract. USADA keeps coming in and things like that, so I highly doubt we're going to see a Costa Pereira fight, because Costa is probably going to leave the UFC and try to fight Jake Paul or something like that. Interested to know your early prediction of Costa versus Sherman. I got a Costa by a decision. Yo, Bert, do you think Zhang Weili fight will be under 4.5 rounds? Well, my prediction is Zhang Weili third round TKO, so obviously I do believe it'll be under. Who you got in the UFC fight night? Orlando card, Rafael dos Anjos or Brian Bam Bam Barberina for 3 rounds of action on the main card. I got Rafael dos Anjos by a unanimous decision. Yo, Bert, did you vote? I did not. I am not of age. All right. Now it is for the betting breakdown. Let's get into it as we go on to the UFC's middleweight division. UFC 281 Adesanya versus Pereira, full card betting breakdown, as well as my prediction in this video. If you're new to the channel, go down and comment your predictions on this fight card. Make sure to subscribe and like this video. I encourage you guys, you need to watch a lot of my other videos as well, because in this video we're surely going to be talking about our betting breakdown for UFC 281. A lot of the other videos we got confident picks, full card predictions, and other stuff like that. So check out the other videos once you're done with this one. If you want all my bets for UFC 281, it's going to be one of the top links down below in the description, and you can get some sign-up bonuses with BetUS and Prize Picks as well if you check the links down below. But we're going to go through the fight card bottom to top, not top to bottom, because I'd give away all the top fights. So we're going to go from the bottom to the top. If you want to skip ahead to a fight that you're really curious about, you definitely can do so. I do plan on putting the timestamps down below in the description if you want to go check those out. But yeah, we're going to start from the bottom, go all the way to the top, and give our betting breakdown for every single fight, as well as our prediction. We're not going to really tell why I got the prediction. Mainly it's just going to be the betting breakdown. So let's start with Carlos Ulberg and Nicole Negumereanu. Carlos Ulberg is 6-1 right here. He is the favorite. He's taller than Nicole Negumereanu. Not as experienced and not as lengthy as Nicole. Pretty even odds, pretty 50-50 on the betting odds. Originally, when the fight first started, Carlos was a 2-1 favorite. Then he was the underdog for a second there. Now he's a -120 favorite. Personally, I got Nicole Negumereanu winning. So first off, obviously that plus money underdog bet is going to be having some value, so that I believe is going to be a good bet in my opinion. Another one of them, if your bookie allows it, I don't know if a lot of them are going to be allowing it right now, but if you're watching on a later date, there is usually those type of bets where you can do Nicole Negumereanu in round 3 or by a decision. That would be a good one. I see if he's going to get a finish, it'll be in round number 3, and I can possibly see a decision. But that plus 400 decision, I believe, has a lot of value. As in his UFC wins, he's got 4 of them. Half are coming by a split decision. I think this one will also be a decision. I got Negumereanu by decision, so plus 400 on Nicole by decision, plus 100 on the money line. Both are pretty solid bets in my opinion. Another one of them I believe is actually going to have some good value. Negumereanu scorecards no action. I actually believe if there's a guy to get a finish here between Nicole Negumereanu and Carlos Ulberg, I think that guy is going to be Nicole Negumereanu, because the man has an absolutely crazy chin. So those are the 3 bets: the money line plus 100, the decision bet plus 400, and the scorecards no action at -120. Next fight we got after that one is the bantamweights right here. Julio Arce, Montel Jackson. I got Montel Jackson winning this fight, but in terms of the bets, do I want to bet and waste my money at -200 right there? No, I do not. I'm more confident on other guys in the fight card right here, like Andre Petroski, Dominic Reyes possibly. I mean, even guys like not Israel Adesanya, where is he? Dustin Poirier and Zhang Weili. I'm more confident in them for pretty similar odds to Montel Jackson. So, no, Montel Jackson's not a parlay piece. He's not a money line or anything like that. The only possible thing I would do here with Montel Jackson is wait a little bit. I mean, you're not going to want to do anything as of right now when it comes to his money line or his prop odds. We only have 2 bookies that are giving him decision odds right here. So I'd wait a little bit to possibly get to plus 200 on the decision prop. If you can get 2-1 odds on Montel by decision, that's the only possible thing I think of doing here between Julio Arce, because Julio, out of his most recent losses, a split decision to Hakeem Dawodu and a knockout from Yadong Song, but Montel couldn't finish JP Buys, who has such a horrible chin, couldn't finish Andre Submemtas, Felipe Colares. I mean, 25% finish rate in his last 5 fights, so I think the fight would go all the way. Plus 200 would be pretty good in my opinion. Mike Trizano and Sungwoo Choi in the featherweight division. My prediction is going to be Sungwoo Choi by a decision, but Betting wise, there's gotta be some good odds because the odds to go to a decision are obviously minus money. No value there. Minus 200 on Sungwoo Choi, Mike Trizano to go to a decision. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. Seriously, no. There's nothing there in my opinion. The only possible thing would be this right here. Sungwoo Choi by KO, TKO at plus 300. A little sprinkle on that. That's about it. That, or you just don't bet the fight at all. In the featherweight division, I'm not really liking the money line at minus 162. I believe it's a much closer fight, and decision prop for Choi is plus 160, plus 140. Not getting enough value in my opinion, so plus 300 on the knockout or pass. Next one. In the strawweight division, Karolina Kowalkiewicz and Silvana Gomez Juarez. In the strawweight division, I have Silvana Gomez Juarez winning by KO TKO early on in this fight. So to be honest with you, see just a straight up bet on Gomez Juarez by knockout at plus 300 is definitely going to have some value. Another thing is going to be the live bet. After round number 1, if Silvana Gomez Juarez looks good in round number 1, she wins round number 1. Live bet Karolina Kowalkiewicz. I believe in round 2 and round number 3, if it does get there, Karolina Kowalkiewicz is going to win those rounds and possibly even get a finish in round 2 or in round number 3. So like I've said before, the under 2.5 has value right there. The plus 300 on on Juarez by TKO right there is also going to be having some value. And if you want to sprinkle on something, if you're on Kowalkiewicz to win, only way I see her winning is a submission, plus 440, 450 right there. But it's really that plus 300 on Silvana by TKO, the under 2.5 at plus 120, or a live bet on Karolina Kowalkiewicz after round number 1. Karolina is probably going to be like plus 200 after round number 1, but that's where she's going to make her comeback in this fight with Silvana Gomez Juarez. So live bet Karolina, do the KO prop on Silvana, or the under 2.5 rounds. Ahmed Azaitar and Matt Frevola in the lightweight division. I have Ahmed Azaitar winning. You know, not the most confident pick here out of any fights on this card. It is a 50-50, minus 110, minus 110. I got him at a little bit better odds earlier on in the week, but yeah, I would say pass on the money line either way. Minus 110, minus 110 either way. Really, there's really not that much value on either side in my opinion. Azaitar by knockout, just there's not enough value there in my opinion as well at plus 165. The thing I really wanted to do was going to be a decision on Ahmed Azaitar at plus 600. That's really it. That is really it. That's not my prediction. Get it? I'm not going out there saying Ahmed's going to win this fight by a decision, but I do believe he could win round number 1 for sure. He's going to rock Matt Frevola a lot. That's the biggest chance of him going out there and knocking out Matt Frevola is in round number 1. Round 3, obviously going to go Matt Frevola, but round 2, if Ahmed is still able to rock Matt Frevola, this decision has a lot of value. I don't think it's going to happen. I think the plus 165 right here on the Azaitar KO TKO is actually what's going to happen. But there's no value on that. Plus 165, no value. It's either that plus 600 or you don't bet any of these props at all. And the money line, I'm not liking it at all anymore. Plus 600 decision prop or pass. Next one, in the middleweight division, Andre Petroski in a Wellington tournament. I got Andre Petroski winning that fight. Gonna be some interesting odds here. This I do like. This I do definitely like. Because Petroski's more of a... He's more of a submission type of a guy. He's usually trying to get you down and submit you, maybe land something big on the feet. But, I mean, his striking really doesn't pose, like, the biggest threat in my opinion. So I don't think really a Petroski TKO, which is that's what they're saying is the most likely outcome here. I really don't really see that happening. I know Wellington gets finished by knockout a lot in his MMA career, but if there's going to be a finish, I think it'll be a submission either way. A Turman submission or a Petroski submission. If there is going to be a knockout, probably be later on round number 3, ground and pound TKO. But I have a feeling the fight goes all the way. I'm going to be honest. I have the feeling that this fight is going to go all the way, and well, a little sprinkle on Petroski by decision is all I would do. I don't want to do nothing with Petroski 2-1 odds. That's insane in my opinion. Plus 275 decision prop. or just don't bet the fight at all. Sorry about that. Next one we got in the flyweight division, Aaron Blanchfield and Molly McCann in the flyweight division. Let's find it right here. Minus 400, no. No, not a parlay piece. Minus 265. That would be a parlay piece. In my opinion, that would be pretty decent. I would definitely consider putting Aaron Blanchfield in a parlay at minus 265, but now, nah. No, now I'm really not. I'm really not trying to think about an Aaron Blanchfield parlay piece or anything like that. It's just not going to happen. So the only thing we're going to do is the obvious one. You guys already know. Molly McCann's very, very durable. She hasn't been finished by Tyler Santos, who's a very good jiu-jitsu practitioner, good ground and pound, and good submission game and things like that. Only thing is really Blanchfield by decision right there, and a little crack at McCann's scorecards, no action. I do believe if there's anyone that's going to get a finish in this fight, it is going to be Molly McCann. So Molly McCann, scorecards, no action, put that with the Blanchfield by decision to make money either way, because I highly doubt Molly is going to get finished. Next one, light heavyweight division, Dominic Reyes and Ryan Spann in the light heavyweight division. I do have Dominic Reyes winning that fight. Money line, no. Parlay, no. Over 1.5, probably not. I'd rather just do a does not start round 3 or something like that. But it's an interesting one. I don't like any of the scorecards, no actions here. Reyes by knockout really is not that good at plus 115. The only thing I would do personally here is I do have Dominic Reyes winning this fight by a 3rd round TKO or possibly even a decision. But if I'm going to bet anything, it's not going to be my prediction. It's going to be the value bet. And the value bet is something I don't think is going to happen. But given the chin that Dominic Reyes has shown in his last few fights, I know Jan Blachowicz and Yuri Prochazka, they have some crazy power. But Spann by TKO, that's about it. Like $20, $25, a quarter of a unit, 0.1 units, 0.2 units, the smallest little sprinkle on Ryan Spann by KO TKO. That is about it. That is literally all I would say on this fight with Ryan Spann and Dominic Reyes right here. If there's a bet that you have of how the fight ends, exact method of victory, and there's a knockout one on that one. I know DraftKings has a lot of those type of things. We're going to go on a little side tangent here. I'm going to see if I can find it right here. DraftKings Sportsbook. Let's see if I can find it. I believe it's on DraftKings. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and we might just delete this part up from the live stream and from the actual prediction and the video and things like that. But I believe I am right in saying that there is one of those like exact method of victories. Is not on there just yet for Dominic Reyes and Ryan Spann, but I believe there's probably going to be one for Israel Adesanya. Method of victory, let's see if I can find it. It goes to a decision. No, that's not it. Fight lines is not there. Winning method, possibly. Method of victory, double chance. Exact method of victory. There it is. So exact method of victory is on DraftKings right there. Minus 120 for the decision, plus 100 for the KO TKO in that fight. I don't know really what it's gonna be for Dominic Reyes and freaking Ryan Spann in the light heavyweight division, but there's going to be one of these odds right here where they're going to have the decision odds, fight to go all the way, the KO odds as well, and I would venture to go towards the KO odds right there for this light heavyweight fight, because the fight to go to a decision right there is at plus 250. I'm assuming the KO prop probably going to be like I would say minus 180, minus 200 maybe, somewhere around that range. And I'd probably put a little bit of a sprinkle on that, but that's about it in the light heavyweight division. And we got the lightweights, Brad Riddell and Renato Moicano in the lightweight division. I got Brad Riddell winning. So first and foremost, obviously an underdog bet on Brad Riddell is going to have a little bit of value. Another one of them is the fight going to a decision. I do believe the fight will go all the way, and it's going to be a 3-round striking fight, and come on, plus 350 for Brad Riddell by decision. That's all I gotta say. That is value in the lightweight division. Dan Hooker, Claudio Puelles. In the lightweight division, I got Dan Hooker by a decision as well. I know I got a lot of these ones going by decision, but they do have a lot of value. They do have a lot of value. Because if you look at Dan Hooker by TKO, it's at plus 250 right there. Dan Hooker by decision is at plus 220. So how likely do I think, or what's the more likely outcome? A Hooker decision or a Hooker KO TKO? Personally, I lean more towards a decision, and not just a regular decision. I believe if Dan Hooker is going to be winning these rounds, they're going to be pretty dominant rounds and him outstriking Claudio Puelles on the feet. So even a plus 250 unanimous decision for Dan Hooker could have some value. And if you're on the side of Claudio Puelles, you got the dog, Claudio Puelles, to enter the top 15 of the lightweight division. Well, holy shnikes. Plus 750 for Puelles by a decision. And if you're just not sure who's going to win, but you believe the fight goes to a decision, there's still good odds on that. At plus 148, that's honestly not too bad as well. Personally, I'm not going to do Hooker by decision or Puelles by decision. I'm just going to stick to that goes to a decision at plus 148. Next one. I believe it's the Frankie Edgar fight right here. Frankie Edgar and Chris Gutierrez in the bantamweight division. I got Frankie Edgar by a decision. Obviously, the bets that I'm going to say are the plus money underdog bet on Frankie Edgar. That's first off. And the second one is, well, you probably guessed it based off of my prediction, is going to be Frankie Edgar by decision at plus 360. It is literally as simple as that. That is pretty much it. And maybe if you want to go a little ballsy with it, you can go the not Gutierrez inside the distance. I highly doubt he's going to go out there and finish the man, the myth, the legend, Frankie Edgar. So those would be some decent bets. You got Dustin, the Diamond Poirier right here. The money line not looking too good. It was early. Minus 150 was solid odds on Dustin Poirier. Now, I don't want to parlay it. I don't want to money line it or anything like that. Over 1.5 isn't bad. Minus 125 is pretty solid in my opinion. Fight goes to a decision is insane. Plus 260 for this fight to go all the way the full 3 rounds. That is value. Plus 260 for the fight to go 3 rounds. Dude, that is huge, huge value in the lightweight division. Poirier by decision, almost 4-1 right there. That's it. Poirier decision and fight to go to a decision are absolutely insane. Plus 260 and plus 380 right there. I'd go more towards that plus 260. Good odds in the lightweight division. Weili Zhang and Carla Esparza in the strawweight division. I do got Weili Zhang winning. Only things I would do would be the under 4.5 rounds at minus 110, or just straight up Weili Zhang by TKO. Plus 135 is pretty good odds as well. That is pretty much it. There's really not the most value out there on a Weili Zhang scorecards, no action. If you want to be ballsy and put some money on that, you can. But really, the under 4.5, maybe even the under 3.5, or does not start round number 4. But if you don't want to do any of that, Weili Zhang by knockout for plus money. And last but not least, Alex Poatan Pereira and Israel Adesanya in the middleweight division. I got Alex, the underdog, winning. So obviously, plus 178 is going to have a lot of value. Fight to go to a decision, minus money right there. Really not intriguing in my opinion to have minus money for the fight to go all the way. But I do believe this one has value. Pereira, scorecards, no action. Earlier on today, we did bet this at plus 115 right there for Pereira, scorecards, no action. Now it's at minus 130. I like to say from my own live movement. But that is still good. I believe if there's going to be a finish, it'll be from Alex Pereira. So that is pretty good odds depending on whatever bookie you're on. Another one is going to be Pereira by decision. Plus 650, plus 750 for Pereira to win the fight by decision. You put that also with Pereira inside the distance, scorecards, no action. You got some good bets, but that's what I'm thinking for UFC 281. Adesanya versus Pereira. Those are the betting breakdowns, the props, who you should put in a parlay, who you shouldn't put in a parlay, the underdog bets and things like that, all of the prop bets and things like that. We went pretty in depth on this video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're new. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Chimichanga. All right, let's check the comments. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Since you also live in North Carolina, have you seen the Sherry Beasley commercials? I have. Sherry Beasley, protect your rights. Yeah, I've definitely seen the ones. Bert, remember how Asian drink water? That's a funny one. How Asian drinks water. What do you think about Jack Della Medellina? Is he a lock against Danny Roberts? No such thing as a lock, but I am very confident on Jack Della to KO him in round 1, round number 2. But thank